Also need to make sure we restart the bot.
Wolfman Mod initiating startup sequence. Beep, beep, boop, boop.
I've got startup sound. Stuff in the way of my vision. I want to see clearly for this. I can see clearly now, the smudge is gone. The heck? What was that? What was that? What was that? That was weird. I can't get it to do it again. Oops. I don't know. Started an animation. Not what I meant to do. What? What have I done? What in the world is this? What the? I see. I don't know what I pressed to do that, but okay. I must have inadvertently bumped the space bar. I guess you could say I spaced out for a moment there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think I may have made these areas around there a little bit too glowy. I like how the glow highlights that wire that's sticking out there. I'm liking how that's looking. The character has some UV maps. Now I'm in Tron. Interesting. Figured I might throw a little homage that way. It's got similar proportions, and I might do like the 2 different sized eyes. The body's gonna look a little bit different. That's my producer right there. And my producer decides what to work on in my task list. So I would just roll that and be like, okay, what is on line 10? Collectibles. All right. And then I would work on that on the next stream. And sometimes if I don't agree with the producer, I can be like, no, I think I need to work on something else. And then he would give me a different option. And it's like, oh, redo fist. Actually, that's, well, I want to work on that tomorrow. Friday is kind of my open day where I don't listen to the producer and just work on whatever I want to. I feel it's good to have those kinds of days so you don't get kind of burned out as being just a cog in the machine, constantly doing what you're told. You gotta have those free days where you work on what you think is important for the video game. So Friday I'm gonna work on rigging the fist and making some cool poses and stuff for Screenshot Saturday. Whoops. Don't mind me. There's a camera in my sneeze path. Drawing? Before modeling? What a concept! How do you lead such a stable life, Mr. Robot? Well, it all comes down to these rather large feet, my young human acquaintance. Huh. I didn't know they had emojis on their wings. These must be millennial insects. What is that? A scorpion fly is a thing? Scorpion shouldn't fly. What is this? Oh, it's its genitals. Okay. So it's not actually a scorpion, it's just, that is... It doesn't even look, like this looks like it's Photoshopped, doesn't it? Like it looks like they took something, they took a head out of something from Star Wars, a fly body, and a scorpion tail. With automatic weights, failed to find solution for 1 or more bones? I've never seen that happen before. Automatic weights has gone from like doing a really good job. The first time I tried it, I was like, wow, this is amazing. This weighted stuff almost better than I could weight it myself. And then later it was like, okay, this wasn't super great. I can fix it up. And now it's like, okay, it's just not even gonna try. Ouch. Ouch. What we want here is the face, and the face is all over the place. There's pieces here, there's pieces there. Actually, I should probably do it in face selection mode. Whoa. Yeah, we broke that idle pose. I don't know what I changed there, but that looks goofy. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. Something went wrong there. Not even getting to the animation point, but the export got our hips twisted sideways. That's weird. It's as though the default pose somehow got... Oh, yeah, the default pose did get broken. It is exactly as though the default pose got broken, because it did. Because there is no keyframe for this. What is going on here? I want to zero these out. Okay, maybe not completely zero. These shoulders give me so much trouble. Like, just move like a normal arm. What are you doing, IK? Goodness, pardon me, let me try that again. Code Slasher, hello. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. Let me zero that out, see what happens. Oh, that makes it even worse. Cool, why? Why does it do that? It's so unnatural. I don't understand why it twists the shoulder around and like get a normal angle. Like, that is just... Ugh. That hand should drop down a little more. Trying to make this hands down the best animation in the game. Whoops. Oh no, what are you doing? Tiger J, the rate of 8, thanks so much. How are you doing tonight? Ooh, yeah. Celebratory raid dance. Yeah.
I said, hey,
Thanks for the sub. Desiree, thanks. I don't know why you gave the sub to stay hydrated, bot, but I appreciate the sub and the fact that you triggered that new sound effect, which I thoroughly enjoy. Because you can. Gifting subs to bots. Bots are first-class citizens in this stream. Jason gifted Wolfman Bot a sub, so I had to create new sounds for Wolfman Bot, and I guess I'll have to create sounds for Stay Hydrated Bot. Now, I see what you're doing. What? Wait, something's not quite right here. My leg. It's got a little bit of a limp. That's interesting. Good times. That's trippy. But not what I want. Looking from the dark. Hey! Looking from the shadows in your stream. That was perfect. What are the odds that it picked that sound effect for the lurk? Texture maps.
You just like to watch.
You're 2 for 2 guessing the lurk sounds. That's amazing. If I didn't make the bot, I would almost think you've got some strange influence in there to select which sounds play. Some secret hidden ability. Doogie boogie boogie, woogie boogie woogie boogie, boogie woogie woogie boogie. Hello, everybody. I'm a wavy tree. Ha ha. That looks questionable. What kind of tree is that? Blop. Ah, the infamous pole tree. Heard that thing's chicken. Let's take a look at all the different trees they have. See if we can spruce things up a little bit. Have to use a tree mic to pick up that sound. Because I thought this interface tree needs to close. Why does it need to close? It's like I've got a laugh track to this. That just adds curves though, not actual geometry, but geometry. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the stream. What brings you here? Curiosity? There we go.
I said, hey! What's going on?
Oh wait, no. I messed up the lyrics for my own sub song. Sometimes people get high on grass. Sometimes grass gets high on people. So grapple's going to be a little different because we can't just check for a basic cooldown because it's going to need to know if the fist has returned. So there's going to be a deploy speed and a return speed. So if you just tap the button, the fist will go out and then come right back. And we'll animate the fingers in kind of a grasp pose. I can wave and create some wind. That probably doesn't sound very good though. My other ways of making wind are not that great sounding either. But well timed, well timed. Now I've got a shoot 'em game. Fist Blaster 2000. Right now you can just throw it sideways. I was planning to probably have it so you can throw it up. Blech. I think this will work. I'd say the prototype was successful. Now we just need to design some levels around it. Yeah, so I plugged the USB dongle in, and then my computer started shutting down. I don't know if that showed up on the stream or not, but I came back to my computer and it was like, are you sure you want to shut down? These programs are still open. And I'm like, no, Mr. Windows, I'm streaming. Oh, Wolfman Bot is down too. Everything, all my hundreds, look at this. I Alt-Tab and there's hardly anything in here. It's so sad. Tab to a different mode, and then back, and then use it. Thanks. So by linearly, you mean it just completely crashes Blender. So we've had our first major incident here. And drop this down and get some lowbrow humor. Trollololo. Perfect auto notification for that. Maybe not my finest work, but not my worst work either. It's a fun little exploration into the world of Blender 2.8. Yeah, that's right. I'm just now getting to the point in these highlights where I'm checking out Blender 2.8. I think that was just one of the test builds too, not the final release, so there's still a lot more content left to share. I hope it was interesting, or at least mildly amusing, and of course thanks to all my patrons for supporting me on my journey to learn Blender and other forms of game development.